Before we dive in, keep in mind this is about education and analysis. We will explore mysteries, verified secrets, and rumors regarding the United States government. I'll differentiate between what's confirmed, what's contested, and what remains unknown. Your role is to remain inquisitive, seek evidence, and form your own opinions. The notion that governments conceal truths is hardly novel. Secrecy may serve national security, protect technologies, assist negotiations, or sometimes cover mistakes. The crucial question is, which secrets safeguard the populace, which serve to maintain power, and which tales are merely myths that thrive in obscurity? Tonight, we'll examine well-known instances of concealed programs that were eventually revealed, contentious claims that continue to ignite debate, and a straightforward approach to assess any mysterious truth you encounter online. Let's begin with matters that are no longer shrouded in mystery due to declassification or exposure. During the Cold War, secrecy dominated operations. Among the largest concealed endeavors was the atomic bomb's development. For years, the public was entirely unaware of a massive scientific and industrial project happening under code names and stringent need-to-know protocols. Only after the war did the extent of this secrecy become apparent. This exemplifies how a government can shield vast operations when personnel are compartmentalized and objectives are clear. Another noteworthy case involves testing new spy planes in the Nevada desert. For decades, people reported sightings of unusual shapes and speeds in the skies. Area 51, which is now widely recognized, was officially acknowledged much later, and the projects there centered around U-2 and A-12 reconnaissance aircraft and other advanced systems. The secrecy concerned technology and location, not extraterrestrials. Nonetheless, this prolonged silence fueled decades of speculation as people witnessed the unexplainable and received no answers. Additionally, there are darker episodes where secrecy concealed harm. A notorious example is the federal public health study on untreated syphilis in Alabama. Poor black men were misled and denied proper treatment for years while researchers tracked the disease's progression. This was not mere rumor. It happened, was uncovered, and led to public apologies, new ethical standards, and a lingering mistrust that persists today. When questioning whether a government could hide wrongful actions, this case often serves as a pivotal example. Another instance involves intelligence operations within the United States. Decades ago, certain agencies conducted programs to monitor and disrupt political groups, including civil rights leaders and anti-war activists. These operations remained secret until investigations in the 1970s uncovered them. The revelations prompted oversight committees and regulations aimed at limiting domestic surveillance. These occurrences remind us that secrecy can be misused, making transparency all the more vital. In the early 2000s, new surveillance programs expanded rapidly following major attacks. Many of the specifics were classified. Years later, insiders leaked documents, revealing how data collection operated and how court approvals were obtained in secrecy. Some argued these programs were essential, while others contended that the scope was excessively broad. Regardless of your stance, the essential truth is that public discussion only emerged after these hidden mechanisms were disclosed. Not all secrets pertain to programs. Sometimes, the secret involves a significant moment. Leaders often keep negotiations and military strategies confidential for safety and leverage, which is understandable. The intrigue arises when public records are thin or inconsistent. A notable historical flashpoint is how certain conflicts ignited. In some cases, initial reports were erroneous, later corrected, and then debated for decades. When foundational stories shift, suspicions about underlying truths increase. Sometimes there's more to uncover. Other times it's merely confusion. Now, let's discuss the more captivating claims. The idea that the government is concealing evidence related to unusual aerial sightings. Over the years, both pilots and civilians have reported sightings of unidentified objects. Some videos have surfaced, and a new office was established to collect and analyze these reports. Official reviews have stated they found no evidence of extraterrestrial technology. However, witnesses maintain that the story is far more complex. Without accessible, verifiable materials, the mystery persists. What's important is the method. Focus on what's documented, witness testimony, and interpretation. Mystery does not equate to proof. Another circulating claim suggests the government orchestrates false events to influence public opinion. It is true that proposals were drafted during tense times recommending deceptive measures. However, those plans were not executed and were later declassified. This lesson may be uncomfortable but remains essential. Secrecy can facilitate consideration of extreme ideas, even if they are ultimately rejected. When assessing contemporary claims, ask for details. Was it a proposal, a rumor, or an actual event? Was it approved, implemented, or dismissed? The answers are crucial. So how do covert programs remain concealed? There are 3 common strategies. First, compartmentalization ensures individuals only acquire knowledge of a small fragment of the work, preventing even insiders from viewing the complete picture. Second, classification employs special markings on documents and meetings, imposing penalties for leaks. Third, cover stories provide simple explanations to safeguard sensitive locations or tests. While these methods are effective, they are not infallible. Secrets can leak through human memory, paperwork, budgets, and time. Many mysteries diminish as years pass and files become accessible. Why might a government keep certain information secret from its citizens? There are valid reasons: safeguarding sources and methods, protecting new technologies from adversaries, preventing public panic during crises, and maintaining negotiating advantages. However, there are also illegitimate reasons: avoiding embarrassment, concealing mistakes, or preserving power. Reality is complicated. A single program may intertwine security necessities with political convenience. This highlights the importance of independent oversight and a free press. To distinguish truth from rumors, we need a straightforward checklist. Use it each time you hear that the government is hiding X. First, consider the source. Who made the claim? Is it from an original document, a sworn statement, a second-hand account, or an anonymous post? Second, check for evidence. Is there a document number, date, budget line, memo, or contextual photograph? Third, assess plausibility. Does the allegation necessitate extensive silence from many individuals over decades, or a smaller team could maintain secrecy? Fourth, contemplate motive. Who gains from the secrecy, and who profits from the rumor? Fifth, investigate the trail. Do public records, court cases, or declassifications corroborate or contradict the claim? Sixth, evaluate the cost. What resources, personnel, logistics, and risks would maintaining the secret entail? Let's practice with a few examples. If you learn about a covert technology project, inquire about where it would take place, who would fund it, and what front companies or contracts would be involved. Advanced projects still require components, labs, engineers, and testing facilities. These requisites will appear in procurement data, environmental permits, or veterans' resumes once they retire. If you hear of covert actions, look for authorizations, oversight briefings, and after-action reports. Democracies leave a paper trail. Upon encountering shocking medical or social claims, remember the lessons from past abuses. Demand transparent data, independent reviews, and clearly defined consent. Ethical research today adheres to strict rules due to past violations. If someone asserts those rules have been secretly bypassed, there should exist whistleblower accounts, emails, or patient records. If such evidence is absent, be cautious in your certainty. Another tip is to observe official responses. Sometimes silence simply indicates that the matter is classified. At times, a narrow denial may obscure a larger truth. Conversely, a clear and detailed rebuttal may appear swiftly. Compare statements over time. Do they coalesce into a singular narrative as more records surface, or do they shift with each passing year? Consistency under scrutiny is encouraging, while constant revision without new evidence serves as a warning. Additionally, understanding the declassification process is beneficial. Many records have scheduled releases after a predetermined number of years, while others necessitate formal requests and reviews. Certain documents may be withheld longer to protect living sources or sensitive methods. This is why mysteries often become clearer with age. A claim perceived as incredible today may become mundane in 20 years when files provide context. Patience can be an essential tool for uncovering the truth. Not every mystery signifies a conspiracy. Bureaucracies tend to be large, slow, and frequently disorganized. Missing documents may result from human error rather than malfeasance. Differing eyewitness accounts can be normal rather than sinister. An unusual light in the sky might be a test flight, a balloon, or a sensor-induced illusion. The best investigators strive to disprove their favored theories before embracing them. This practice safeguards against believing what feels right over what is genuinely factual. Meanwhile, maintaining healthy skepticism towards authoritative power is a patriotic act. Oversight committees, inspectors general, auditors, judges, journalists, historians, and voters all contribute to illuminating hidden truths. When concealed wrongs are unearthed, they should be addressed and remembered. When rumors are proven false, we ought to move past them and concentrate on issues we can genuinely address. Consider mysterious truths through this simple lens. Envision 3 boxes. Box 1 contains verified secrets that are public knowledge, declassified programs, acknowledged errors, and documented abuses. Box 2 holds active secrets, projects or operations legitimately kept private for security, technology, or diplomacy. Box 3 consists of myths and misconceptions, narratives that seem true due to their excitement or fearful nature but lack substantiation. Our task is to assign items to the appropriate box using facts, patience, and humility. Now, where does this leave us today? It's reasonable to assume that advanced research, intelligence methods, and certain negotiations are currently concealed. Similarly, it's reasonable to believe that some rumors are overstated or fabricated. The challenge lies in navigating uncertainty without succumbing to the most sensational claims. When an explosive story circulates online, take a moment to pause. Ask what would constitute proof. Inquire whom you might trust to verify the information. Consider how the claim could be erroneous. If it withstands these queries, it merits further investigation. Ultimately, truth welcomes illumination. Real mysteries are open to investigation. Authentic secrets can be documented. Genuine wrongdoings can be exposed and rectified. What aids most is a calm demeanor, incisive questions, and a readiness to adjust your views when superior evidence emerges. This is how citizens safeguard both security and freedom. If you found this information valuable, think about how you'll apply it when you next hear that the government is hiding something. Request sources. Seek records. Compare timelines. Distinguish between what is known, what is claimed, and what is merely imagined. Curiosity is vital. Skepticism is crucial. However, certainty without evidence is not. Thank you for listening. Take care of one another and continue searching for the light behind the mystery.